Hi guys, welcome back to A Case of Econ Struggles. Welcome to another Sunday Stata tip. Today I'm going to show you a little bit more about exporting results, specifically how you can make this nice figure that you see in front of you. So that's what we're going to be doing today. What this basically is we're showing regression estimates by a year. I've got upper and lower confidence intervals around just some of these years. We'll talk about how you can change that. We'll talk about how you can put this line and just basically how you can make this graph. Now this graph is really useful to sort of talk about how your regression results matter over time. This is slightly different than the specification curve that I've showed in a previous video. In that specification curve, we were really talking about different modeling choices that we could make. So if you're looking for something more like this, I'll link that video up in the top right hand corner right about now and also in the description. But today we're really focused on a series of coefficients where plotting them in a series makes a lot of sense and could be helpful. So first, I'm going to use some different data. I'm not going to use the auto data. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some data from the Energy Information Administration. I'll put this link in the description below as well so you guys have access to the data. But just to give you more of a sense of what you can do with some actual data, I went to this website, I went ahead and clicked download this query, and I downloaded this CSV sheet that you see right here. And now what we're going to do in Stata is we're going to import this CSV. We're going to do a tiny bit of data work, and then we're going to get into making this graph. So now I've got Stata open, and we're going to start going through this. First, I've got my normal clear lines at the top, and then I'm going to designate my file path. Then I'm just going to import delimited using this sheet, and we'll do a little summarize, a little describe, see what we got. So we'll go ahead and pop this in. We'll see that I've got 33,000 observations. My year goes from 2003 to 2017. Number of vehicles from 0 to 4,300. Fuel consumed 0 to 64, about 6,500. If I look at my display output, what I've got here is I've got my year as a number, fuel type and state as a string, even state abbreviation as a string, so I'll have to deal with that. My number of vehicles and fuel consumed, which are going to be my two main variables, are both numbers, so that's good. I do want to control for weight class and vehicle type as well as state, so I need to make those numbers. So I'll go over here into my code, and I'm just going to use a simple loop to make those into numbers. So what I'm going to do is for each of those variables, I'm going to use the encode command. So I'm going to turn those strings into numbers, and I'm just going to generate a new variable with that variable in ID. So let's go ahead and do that. And so now you can see if I click state ID, it's going to say state, weight class, vehicle type. If I was curious, I could do like a tab state ID, and I would see all the different states. And I would probably just go ahead and make sure that I remove things like all. So maybe what I'll do now is I'll just say drop if st, which is just going to be state equals, and I'll use the string variable because that'll be easy. And if I did this correct, I should drop 3 observations. And I did indeed drop 3 observations. And so now what we'll do is we'll just keep going and we'll get ready to estimate and store these regression coefficients. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to create a temporary data set where I'm going to store all these coefficients because I want to run this regression every year. And at the end, what I want is a data set with every year, the estimate from the regression for that year, and the standard error for that regression estimate for that year. So just as a trial run, maybe what I'll do is I'll say, okay, what if I run my desired regression, which is fuel consumed a number of vehicles, with state fixed effects, weight class fixed effects, and vehicle type fixed effects for 2004. Now in order to do that, I'm going to use reghdfe. If you haven't used reghdfe, it's a user installed command. So you could just go over to your command window, say ssc install reghdfe. I've already got it, so it's going to tell me I've already installed. But if you don't have it, you only need to do that once, and then you'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and try a reghdfe. And you can see that I've got a coefficient of 0.541 basically. Standard error of 0.03. Really what I'm trying here is just to make sure that my code actually works. So that's a little trial run. For my actual loop, I want to loop over every single year. And for every year, I want to run that regression for just that year. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice that what Stata does is Stata stores my regression estimate as _b and the variable name. And the standard error for that estimate as _se and that variable name. And those are the two things that I want. So I'm going to make sure I store those as locals. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily make a data set with only one observation. And the only thing the data set is going to have in it is the year, the coefficient estimate, and the coefficient standard error, because those are the things that I ultimately want in the data set that I'm graphing. Then I'm going to append that to that little empty data set that I made earlier. and I'm going to make sure to save that, and then I'm going to go back to my original data so that I can run that regression again. And then at the end, I'll just use coefficients clear, and I'll be all good. Now, one thing that I did sort of behind the scenes to test this is first, before I ran this over every year, what I did is I ran it for a single year. So I said for values, year equals 2004. Because what this is going to do is, if I did this correctly, I should get the same exact numbers, both in this regression output and in my final data set that I did when I ran my trial version. So maybe I'll run all this together just to see how we're doing. I'll see that I got some invalid syntax, and so we'll check that out. And the reason I got the syntax error is because for only 1 year, this range isn't going to work, and so I need to change that for values to for each. And so I'll just change that. I'll run this whole thing again, and then I'll go ahead and hit browse, or I'll hit Control 8. I'll open my data and see that I got that nice 0.54, basically 1 that I got earlier, so everything's well and good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment this guy out, and I'm going to uncomment out my full version. This way, if I need to go back and tweak anything, it's really easy for me to switch between my trial version and my full version, and it's going to make debugging a lot easier. So now that we've gotten all of that done, let's go ahead and run all the way down to using our coefficients. And you can see we're going to run this for every year. Maybe if I were doing this and it were taking a long time, I could do a little quietly right here just so I wouldn't have that output. But I really want a good sense of what's happening so that I can scroll up and see what these coefficients are, so that's fine. Now what we need to do is we have our estimates and our standard error, but we don't yet have the values for these upper and lower 95% confidence intervals that we need to put on this graph. The way I'm going to calculate those is I'm just going to take my estimate and I'm going to add and subtract 1.96 times the standard error. If you wanted to do a 90% confidence interval, then you could adjust these scalars appropriately, but I think this is just the easiest to show a 95% confidence interval, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we're almost ready. The only thing we need before we graph is to notice that I've only shown the confidence intervals on these values here. I haven't shown them on every coefficient, even though you can see the little dots indicating that I have coefficients for all these other years. I've chosen not to report the confidence intervals for those other years. The way I'm going to do that in Stata is just to generate this variable called showCI, and I want to say that's 1 if your range for years between 2010 and 2015. Now, after I go through and I graph this original data, I'm going to show you how you can change this to show it for all years, but for right now, we're just replicating that original chart. So the way I'm going to graph this is I'm going to use my handy dandy trick to say that if I have a long command, I want to change the delimiter to semicolon so that I can have a command that spans many lines. It makes it a lot easier to sort of tweak and see. Now this combo graph is going to be made up of 3 different two-way commands. The first is a scatter, and that's going to make those dots on the graph for each year. This line is going to connect the dots across years. And this rcap command is going to make those upper and lower confidence intervals in blue that you saw in the graph. So again, in the code below, when I put this in here, you can tweak any of the colors, and you can use the colors to sort of think about what aspect is what. And then just to finish up, maybe I care about how far these estimates are from 1, so I will add a y line at 1 that's black. I'll have a title for my x and my y axis, have my x label go from 2003 to 2017 in increments of 2, no legend, and then just some options to make the plot area a little nicer, title and subtitle, and then we're good to go. Okay, so then I'll just make sure I generate my showCI command, and I'll go ahead and I will run this guy straight through. I won't save it yet, just so we can look at it, and you can see that we perfectly replicated the graph that I showed you earlier. And now I'm just going to talk about some ways you can tweak it. So the first way I will tweak it is I will make these upper and lower confidence intervals show up on every single coefficient on this plot. The way I'm going to do that is first I'm going to go in here, just so I don't have to drop the whole thing again. I'm going to drop showCI just so I can remake it. And the way I will remake it is I'm just going to generate equal to 1 for everything, so that I will show the confidence interval for every single coefficient on the graph. When I run that again, you can see now that I've got the confidence intervals on every single coefficient. And so maybe if this is what you want, this works as well. Now, one thing you'll notice is that when I put those confidence intervals on the graph, you sort of couldn't see those markers anymore. One thing that I've done right now is I've made the markers very tiny, or V tiny. Maybe if I make them medium, if you want them to show up, I can change the M size on the scatter to medium. And then when I rerun this plot, you're going to see now that you see those markers nice and big in blue. If you decide you don't actually want the markers, then that's fine. All you need to do is you need to just delete the block of code that does the scatter plot. So we can do that. And then if we rerun this guy, and so here's that graph, now without the markers, just like we saw before. One thing to keep in mind when you're running this is that because I'm changing the delimiter, you need to make sure whatever you're running includes the change of delimiter. Otherwise, if I don't run that guy, then it's going to say that this parentheses is not a two-way command because it's on a new line. Stata thinks it's a new command. And so now the last thing that we can do to change this graph is maybe we notice that this one line is pretty solid. Maybe I want this to be a short dashed line. So like really tiny dashes to go across. Maybe I want to make it gray. So the first thing I can do is I can of course change this color to gray, which is already going to make it a little better. But now I want to make it a short dash. And let's suppose that I'm not quite sure how to do that, and so I need to look for help. The easiest place to look is to say help two-way in the Stata command window. And then you're going to go to two-way options right here because this line, this added line, is a two-way option. Then you're going to go to added line options where we're trying to draw a line and specify y or x values. Yep, that's what we're trying to do. And now I've got this y line. Okay, so now I know that this y line is what I'm dealing with. And then I've got, okay, axis, style, no extend, L style, L pattern, solid dash, etc. Let's click line pattern style. Let's click line pattern style. And then you can see we got solid, dash, dot, all of these things, short dash. Short dash is actually what I want. And so now let's just do a short dash and see what we get. So let's change this guy to say L pattern. And then I'm going to say short dash. And let's graph this whole thing and see what we look like. That looks a lot better. That's really small. That's really light gray. That makes this graph much easier to read. That's sort of how I want. So now when everything's said and done, I'm just going to make sure that I save my do file. I'm going to run everything together. I'm going to let the coefficients go again. And then we're going to look at our final graph, and now we're done. Okay, so this is sort of a longer Stata video on two-way graphs and sort of working with some real data. But if this was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. If you've got a different type of graph that you're struggling to make, throw that in the comment section below so that we can do that in a future Sunday Stata tip. And we'll see you next time for another case of Econ struggles.